Hey guys, Ryan back here at Ground Control along with Byron. Still working from our butterfly position. Now we're going to work another transition off of our initial sweep from the underhook. So I'm going to go ahead in on Byron. And as I look to enter, I establish my underhook. And now he posts his hand onto my leg and I attack, still trying to do the initial sweep that we showed in this series. What happens a lot of times here is just out of reaction is the top man puts on what we call a wizzer or a deep overhook. And he can wrench this guy down. It creates a lot of leverage that if he's bending my body, boom, in this direction, it makes it tough for me to tuck underneath and execute the sweep when he does this. Now I still have belt control to start with. I'm gonna still go for the initial sweep. And now as Byron wizzers, he also gets his hand free and posts. Now, rather than trying to attack the far base, which we can do, and we'll go over to that in a different video, I'm gonna take my hand that's not the underhook side, and I'm gonna establish a handshake grip. So my palm is gonna come right over top of his pulse. Let me take this out once just so people can see. I'm taking my hand, just like I'm shaking somebody's hand, and going right over top of his pulse with interior wrist control. So back to the underhook side, as I have that, now I still have control of his hips. I'm elevating his hips with my hook. I'm gonna lift and try to move his body away from the direction that I have the hook, like so. What that does is it's gonna clear a lane for me onto the other side. I release the belt and I turn my palm up, and from here, I'm gonna kick both of my legs in a pendulum motion, almost like I'm making a big circle, and I'm gonna transition to my opposite hip. At the same time, the space I've created between my body and Byron's, I'm gonna duck my head under, like so. You see the pressure generated on Byron right now forced a roll. I put my ear tight towards the body, I release the wrist and block the hip, and now I drive up to a good side control position. We'll do that one again. So as we go for it, I'm gonna try to hit the sweep, and now Byron's able to get his wrist free and he establishes a wizzer. Tough position for me to be in. Rather than attacking his far post, which he's got very good base control. He has a hand down and a knee down on the opposite side. So I'm fighting a lot in order to take him the initial direction that I wanted to take him. So instead, we're gonna go out the other direction. My hand is gonna come up and establish my handshake grip right onto his pulse. I'm gonna lift his hips and just move him out of my way. If I try to spin now, I'm gonna get caught underneath of him. So I have to make sure that I clear my lane by moving my butterfly hook over in the opposite direction. Now my legs and my arm clear. As I release, I'm gonna extend my arms and I start pendulum back towards the other hook. It forces the roll from the pressure that we create onto the shoulder. Now, I don't want to just pounce onto him. I go ahead and drop my ear onto his back, post, and drive on my toes. We can either go towards side control, or just like we showed in a prior video, we can drive all the way up to a seatbelt and look to take the back. That's the handshake sweep from the initial butterfly sweep attempt.